Okay, so we'll do a little bit about the conrods and the pins. These are your conrods, obviously. These need to be in good condition. If they've got huge dinks in any way, you need to change them. There's nothing else you can do with them. If you are in any doubt at all, then you should change these. The only thing connecting your crank to your pistons is these things and the pins. The pins need to be in beautiful condition. They need to be able to slide backwards and forwards snugly, and you should be able to turn them around. Alright. One last thing about conrods is that when they're in the engine and the engine's cold, there is a little bit of side play in the conrod. That's for expansion purposes. When the engine warms up, that will disappear, or it normally does. These things are pretty bulletproof. They should do 80 odd thousand, maybe 100,000 miles plus. If you use your bike for normal road purposes, these conrods last forever. Don't change them just for the sake of it, because when you do, you're going to put a new weight and you're going to have to get your crank rebalanced. Big job. Before I put the pistons in, I'll put a drop of oil in each one of these two just to lubricate it. It's not going to get any oil really in here now until the engine starts up. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Good. Okay, so now we're going to put the pistons on. First thing you do is you put the clip on the inside. So the pistons, the numbers pointing towards the front. And you put your C-clip on the inside of your piston before you put your piston on. If the pin is too tight, as it is with this one, it fits in nice and smoothly. If the piston is too tight, warm the piston up and then it will slide in. What I do is I put my little finger through the other side just to help feel my way to where it lines up, and I just push it in. There you go, one piston on. Circlip's already on, so you've already installed that. So you put the circlip on the inside of your piston, and you're going to push the pin up to this C-clip. Oh, from this side I can see what I'm doing. That's better. There we go. There's the two pistons on. It's just a matter of fitting other C-clip. What you don't want to do is drop your C-clip down inside here. That's real bad news. So put a bit of cloth around the bottom of it just in case you drop it. You don't want to be dropping your C-clip inside your engine, or else you'll be spending all day fishing it out. It's always a bit fiddly. Get in, you bugger. There you go, it's gone. Okay, so now we'll look towards fitting the piston rings. You've got 3 piston rings. You've got the oil control ring, which goes at the bottom of the piston. You've got the center compression ring, which fits in the middle, and that is marked with top, so you know which way around it goes. This side faces up. And you've got the top compression ring, which is only marked with a little dot. Now what we need to do is to gap these to make sure that the gaps are correct before we put them in. The way we do the gapping is fairly simple. We get the piston ring, put it inside the bore, push it down about half an inch below the level all the way around. So here's my piston, which we shall just pop into there. This is the old piston, one of the old pistons, and push it down about that far and spin it around to make sure it's level. So I use my camera phone to measure so you can see the piston ring gap that I'm talking about. So that gap in there, I'm looking between plus 14 thousandths of an inch. If it's not that size, then we have to gap it. Otherwise, what will happen is when the engine starts up, these will expand and seize up, and you don't want that happening. Equally so, you don't want too big a ring gap either. So I've just tried a 10 thou feeler gauge in there, and as you can see, it's not even going to fit that. So I'm going to have to file the ends down with a small file, and you carefully remove enough material to achieve more than 12, 13, 14 thousandths of an inch. So using a smooth file, these are made from cast iron. They're incredibly brittle. You must use soft jaws to hold these, and also they file really easily. So you only need a smooth file, and you just gently, and keeping it as parallel as you possibly can, lay the file on the top and just gently stroke a few strokes across the top. And take it out. And it's just a matter of constantly doing this until you get the right gap. There's no other way to do it, and it's got to be done, because if you don't do it, you can end up with a seized engine, and you don't want that. Little tip I use when I'm filing these down: marker pen, then file the end cuff. When all the ink's gone, you've taken about a thou off. Book spec is 10 to 14 thou ring gap. I personally never use 10 thou, as I find it a little bit too tight, especially if you're in hot climates. Because piston rings unfortunately do break sometimes. The best of will in the world, and if they break, the bits can fall down inside. You don't want that. Right. The spring is fairly easy to fit because it just slides over everything and it's expandable. See, there's the joint. This is a bit more tricky. You don't want to expand it more than you need to. One on. There you go. Now we'll put the middle one in with the top mark that's printed on here pointing up. Same with twisting and dot twisting. You can buy piston ring expanders to do that job. The top ring, which which is marked with just a circle with a little line through it, which you may or may not be able to see there. And that again goes at the top. And never relax when you're doing this, because it's so easy to twist it as you put it on, and it just snaps. There we go. That's that. I'm going to make them so that the slots do not line up. So you want one there, and one there. But we don't need to do that until we actually start putting barrels on, which we'll be doing in a minute when I've done other piston. So next step is to put the barrels on. Before I do that though, I'll just mention the fact that these pistons have to align, obviously when they go into the bores, so they move backwards and forwards, as you can see.